Australia, the retail sales popped the market. I mean, they were surprising. We were looking for a retail sales number of 0.7% up, positive. It came in at 1.9%, excluding autos. It was 1.5. But I mean, it was a good number, and it's definitely something. You know, Americans make money. They're working. They're spending it. And if things are open, they're going there to spend it. So I think you're saying the stimulus did work, but now you got to wonder where it goes from here. But it was a good number. And, you know, third quarter GDP comes out at the end of the month. That could be the best number since 1947. The Feds are looking for a 35.2% jump in GDP. If that's true, that's huge. And it comes out just before the election, so it's a great push for Donald Trump, for sure. It's so uncertain to whether we have a blue wave or we have the red wave still coming in. It's very close to call. So I think you're seeing like the text that was a harbinger of things to come maybe for the market. I'm not sure how to read that because normally the texts have been leading. I mean, they've been the main indicator. But this number coming out today was a little disappointing. But it just shows, I think, also that money's going other way. I mean, the consumer's still spending. And remember, the consumer's spending is 2/3 of economy activity in the United States. So to see them spend, it's a really good sign. And that does bode not well for the stimulus. But the stimulus is more than consumer spending. You know, the average consumer uses that to pay mortgages, to pay rents, to pay water bills. So it's a little more than just spending on clothes and apparel. Well, I think for the holiday season, we're going to see a great holiday season. But here's the wild card. This virus is now spiking in London, in Paris. They're having more lockdowns. If, in fact, things get locked down in the United States, then all bets are off. I mean, if the malls are shut and you can't spend, that's going to be a problem. So it all depends really on this coronavirus. It's still front and center here for the American consumer. As long as he can get to a store and spend, he'll spend. But if in fact you see the malls, I mean, Simon Properties came out today saying they may close their malls again in California. If they start closing their malls again, that's a big hit to the GDP come next quarter. It won't reflect this quarter, but it will reflect next quarter. So we'll have to watch that. Watch these lockdowns. Right now, stay in cash. Because it's that close where I don't think anyone knows who's going to win. As we get closer, I mean, we're less than 3 weeks away now. As we get closer, if there seems a winner, I mean, if in fact, say, Biden looks like he's going to win, then you could start putting money in healthcare sectors. You could start putting money in those areas for sure. But if it looks like Trump is going to win again and can control the White House, then, of course, you can put money in the market in general. Because he's going to keep regulations very low, and he likes to keep the economy hopping. So I think we'll see that happen if he gets reelected. But another thing you got to watch out for is the bond market. The bond market is getting weaker here, so we got to be careful with that. There's a lot of things on the radar that aren't kosher, as they say. Even though we had great retail sales, we still have 26 million people on unemployment. That's a staggering number. I mean, we're getting into numbers of Depression era. So we got to watch that. I'd love to see, you know, unemployment really firm up a little and people get jobs back, because that number is, it's not sustainable, put it that way. I think the bond market's taking hits and people are just leery, but it's driving people to the market. And I think what you're seeing is the market's a bubble here. I mean, it's really getting out of control. I mean, we're at levels just off the high, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in an election. We don't know who's winning, but people are just putting money in the market because there's nowhere else. We mentioned Europe going. I think Europe's going to go into a depression, never mind recession. But as a result, all that money is coming here to the market. I mean, we have a big insurance company out of Germany we deal with, and they're putting everything in blue chip stocks. I think it's a little over the top, but that's what they're doing right now. We can't, you know, they don't trust the bond market right now. The yields will probably go negative at this rate. They're negative in Germany. That's why they're coming here. They want to make something on their return. So they're looking for the U.S. equities. But again, it's too dicey. I think for the average person, put your money, keep it in cash. If you're not in the market, stay out right now. Just invest and keep it in cash. If you are in the market, keep your eye on your positions. See what they're doing. Don't wait till it's too late to get out. If you see them start to crack, get out. But I think most positions look pretty good. They're pretty safe right now. But again, the virus kicks up, all bets are off. You're in retail stocks, you want to get out of them. Oil stocks seem to be going up again, but then that's because of winter here in the northern hemisphere. People forget it's not only gasoline, it's heating fuel. So you look at Murphy Oil, you look at all the oils, even Exxon, all doing pretty well today because of it's getting colder here in the Northeast and around the world above the equator. So basically, oil's a good buy to get involved in right now also.